105.3 worldwide at WDASFM.com. Hit us up.
So we don't cook for everybody. But when they're handsome and they went to Temple and they're from Philly, we said we'll make an exception. Danny Pomells, Comcast Sportsnet, is joining us. How are you?
You're making me blush.
Yeah.
You're making me blush. Yeah, I'm doing well.
Well, you're really going to blush now because this is for you.
Thank you.
We got up early. This is our It Spilled. Ooh. Okay. We're not going to take it all out, but we made peach cobbler for him, and I'm going to wash my hands because I have it like all over my hands. So this is how we're going to do the interview. Okay. Welcome to our WDAS studios. How are you?
I'm excellent. Glad to be here. This is like a milestone moment for me.
Wow.
Here, across from you. Your voice is amazing.
Oh, thank you. Tell us about yourself, how you got into sports. You went to Temple. Tell us.
Well, we can go way back for a second. But I started out and I just developed a passion for the TV side of things, and that was just something I was really interested in. And I love playing sports. Not, I didn't reach a significant level or anything, but it was just like combining the two things. So I like the sports aspect of it. I like the passion that develops inside of me when I do that, and I like to write. So pushing all those things together. When I was in 10th grade, I had a chance to meet Yuki Washington on a tour of CBS 3 way back in the day, I guess it was, and KYW, and that kind of solidified it for me to let me know that, this is actually something that could be like a viable career. Because, I'm from North Philly, so you don't really see many people doing things like that. So to see somebody else who kind of looked like me, was like me, that was doing it. And obviously Yuki's evolved into like Mr. Everything. So that was a long time ago, like maybe 92 or 93 when I first was young enough to like realize that maybe I could make this happen. So I kind of went through the ranks and got to Temple. And I started out at WRTI, which is a Temple radio station, and I was covering Jesse Jackson coming to town. I was covering, any and everything that came across the blotter. And, one day somebody didn't show up to go to a Sixers game, and that was when Allen Iverson was with the team, and I didn't have an assignment. And they were like, hey, you want to go to the Sixers game? I said, sure, I'll go to the Sixers game. And it was phenomenal. Iverson scored like 45 points. I got to be there in the locker room talking to him afterward, and the passion kind of developed from there. And I also noticed that it kind of pulled me away from like the fires and the crime and, things of that nature, like the general assignment things, and put me in a position where I could be creative with my writing and use metaphors and similes and say things like, Allen Iverson has more moves in the U-Haul truck. And you know what I mean? Things like that I could like play on words, and it would appeal to me that way.
What is your favorite sport?
My favorite sport, I have to go with basketball. Okay. Just the nostalgia that it brings about. Like I said, I'm from North Philly, Hunting Park, and just that when you step into a gym and the smell it creates and the bounce of the ball, that kind of creates a lot of nostalgia for me. But probably like watching football a whole lot. It's a very good like television sport because they show you all the angles and everything. So probably basketball, football, right there.
What other markets have you worked in?
So I started out in Salisbury, Maryland, market 150. Which is like going back in history because this thing's a little not as modern when I was there. So I started there, market 150, and kind of worked my way up. I was the weekend anchor there, got promoted to sports director, and I went from there to Harrisburg, and from Harrisburg, Lancaster area, and then from there I went to Sacramento, from Sacramento back home. So.
Wow, how long were you in Sacramento?
3.5 years.
Okay.
California is wonderful. Yeah. I imagine that eventually someday I'll make my way back there. I was never a guy that wanted to get back home, but the opportunity presented itself, and it was something I had to do. So.
And you're here in Comcast Sportsnet.
Yeah, and I love it. Yeah.
Philadelphia is such a tough sports town. I mean, it really is. The fans are passionate, whether it's the baseball, the basketball, the football, the hockey. What have you found? Being from here and having to cover the sports story.
It's funny because I can relate so well because I'm from Philly, and you kind of have to put that fan part aside a little bit. But I found that people just really know their stuff. You know what I mean? So if you don't know your stuff, it'll show. So I think it's important that, you can relate to people on whatever level they're on. If it's just, at a rudimentary level about what teams they like, or if they want to dig deeper. So I found that Philly sports fans, especially compared to fans from around the country, are really passionate. They're really knowledgeable, and they're down to earth, which is something that really appeals to me because I don't like to take myself too serious in that way. So you can talk to them and relate to them, and I think that's fabulous.
Well, it's a pleasure to have a chance to meet you. Enjoy watching you do your thing.
Thank you.
I love it. You had the thing, Philly born, Temple made, and I just said he is one of us. We wanted to give people a chance to say, this is Danny Pomells.
Thank you, Patty. I appreciate it.
Thank you so much, Danny Pomells. Everybody, Comcast Sportsnet, where you can catch him.
Yeah.
How many days a week you work?
I work 5 days a week.
Okay.
But you can catch me on Comcast Sportsnet and NBC 10.
And NBC 10.
I do both,
so yeah. It's a pleasure to meet you.
I love it. Thank you.
Thank you.